In this video, we'll dive into the world of the Nelk Boys and explore the top members who have either been kicked out or chosen to leave the group.
Can I before we go into what I think, what do you think?
You're good.
Yeah.
Widely known for their crazy pranks, party antics, and massive rise to fame, the Nelk Boys have built one of the strongest and most supportive fan bases in the online world. Join us as we unravel the stories of the former members who once brought laughter and entertainment to the Nelk universe. Number 1. Nicknayresina, a former member of Nelk, was an essential part of the group in its early days. Kyleforgeard, the owner of Nelk, praised Nick for his hard work ethic, but ultimately, the team wanted him to focus on his editing skills.
I've only love for them. I loved working with all of them. I have great relationships with all of them. The truth is, they wanted me to be an editor for them. I was a great employee. I worked my ass off.
Yeah.
And they knew that, and there's a lot of respect for that. But being an editor and being a filmer is just not, it's not my dream.
Yeah.
I did my 3 years. I worked 24/7. I worked every day. I gave everything I could for that company, and I love them. But sometimes I think if you want to do your dreams and your goals, you have to go on your own and do that.
Why?
Despite this, Nick's talent and drive pushed him to pursue more than just editing. Following his departure from Nelk, Nick launched his own YouTube channel, which has rapidly grown to over 600K subscribers in just a year.
Did you see yourself becoming a talent? Like, did you think?
I never actually wanted to be an editor. I always talked about this with two people that I worked with a part of Nelk, Salim, the Dream, and Adrian. Adrian was one of the filmers. If you're gonna go do your own thing, you have to be in the mindset of you're fine going back to living in your car to make it. Like, we were all making, decent money, on good salaries, good job, great job. But if you really want to do your dreams, I feel like you have to be prepared to walk away from that. And I always wondered that. I always wondered, is there a way I could do it without taking that big risk and that big jump? I think the biggest reason why is it needs all of your time, all of your momentum. You know what everyone told me when the first 3 videos, they started going nuts. I was getting calls from everybody. I remember I got a call from someone specifically, a friend of mine, and he's like, Nick, I like the way you're moving right now. He's like, I know you have no money and you're forced to do this every week. It's like, the reason why you have to go back to nothing is you won't produce the quality and the push and the motivation until you're at survival mode. Something that Alex always says is like, if this doesn't work out, we don't have a place to live. We don't have.
He has collaborated with notable figures such as kyleforgeard, Sexy Red, Lil Che.
I actually love this man. I love this man.
I am feeling one more.
Good. I'm going.
And NLE Choppa.
Y'all ready? Hey, how y'all doing?
Despite parting ways with Nelk, Nick continues to collaborate with some members of the group, showcasing mutual respect and admiration. Bob Maneri, known as the voice of Buffalo Wild Wings commercials, was initially a significant presence on the Nelk podcast. However, as time went on, Kyleforgeard noted a shift in Maneri's demeanor, describing him as becoming delusional in certain aspects. While Maneri brought in positive feedback from Nelk fans and showcased a great sense of humor, tensions arose. Eventually, Bob started coming out with Instagram stories trying to expose Nelk and make them look bad.
Where's my money? Where is it? Curious. Where the fuck is my money? Don't know. Should I be a good guy and listen to everybody?
Try and spin this in any way, shape, or form. Guys, I will resort to this, okay? When Kyle and I went into a partnership, we made a commitment and a promise to each other. Regardless of how successful a show is, if a show is successful, it's going to make a lot of money, right? I had a portion of that money, right? But I was also promised multiple things that just never came to fruition, was danced around for months and months and months. At the same time, used my name, dragged through the mud, telling people I set up Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal, all this fucking shit. That was a bold-faced lie, okay? Because I'd love to hear him address that. What about Colby and whatever, when you went on the internet and told everybody that I set up these guys and ruined my reputation, and if you Google my name, it's in every fucking Google search, okay? First of all, his money stuff, all the stuff he said on money, what he paid and all that, that's bullshit too. FYI, absolute fucking bullshit.
Bob was really feeling screwed over. This ended up leaving Kyle with no choice but to respond with Instagram stories as well.
No, I don't do the back and forth shit on Instagram. I don't do the social media drama shit. That's seriously not my thing. But with all the shit that Bob has been lying about on social media, he's pretty much backed me into a corner now and attacking something that I've built for 10 fucking years, poured my blood, sweat, and tears into. So there's no choice. I gotta clear some shit up. So first things first, Bob is saying on social media that we owe him money. That is a complete lie. We don't owe Bob Menery a cent. He's also saying that he had the worst deal, a terrible deal for the podcast. But guys, in the 10 months that he was on the show, he made $1.2 million. $1.2 million in 10 months. I'm going to show you guys exactly what his deal was. So this is Bob's deal. I typed it out on screen on Instagram here too. Also, he had not one, but 2 different lawyers look over this deal. And it is extremely generous if you guys do not understand. I'm going to pull it up here. So he got 30% of the ad revenue of the show. He never owned it. He always says he owns it. He never had ownership of the show. On top of that, he had 7.5K an episode, usually around 30K a month if that's 4 episodes. 50% of the podcast merch, which is insane. First class flights, hotels, transportation, all covered by us. The production, the staff, and the equipment, all covered by us. So Bob had no expenses. Everything production-wise was covered by Nelk. All Bob had to do was show up. Say too, I personally have taken 0% of any of the podcast earnings. Anything that I've technically made has gone right back into the show, paying for the staff, paying for the production, paying for the travel. But Bob's 1.2 million. On top of that, the opportunity to join the fullsend team and to get exposure, obviously from you guys, from the craziest fucking fan base on the internet, that's priceless. Like, so many doors were opened up for him. And the amount of huge brand deals that he got and did on his Instagram because of this, like, it's insane. The thing I want to talk about is Bob saying that he built the show, he got all the guests. I will give credit to Bob. He got some fire-ass guests, but the vast majority of guests were gotten by Team Fullsend. And he also took credit from Dana White for getting Donald Trump. All right, so I'm going to make a next slide. I'm going to put who got which guests. Too lazy to say it out loud. Seriously, like, I considered Bob one of my best friends. So I still have enough respect for him where I'm not going to be pouring out personal details on social media. But you guys see how he is on social media. And behind the scenes, his behavior became, like, completely uncontrollable. And, you know, like, I'm all about the work hard, play hard shit. No one is more than me. But my thing is when it affects the team and the staff and the operation and just fullsend as a whole, that's when I personally got to draw the line and, like, make a tough decision. So for months and months and months, I'm trying to figure this out. How can I make this guy happy? I'm working with him one-on-one. I'm working with his manager. His manager's trying to work with him. Nothing's working. And eventually he came to me with a brand new deal. And it was the day before the game episode. And he said, Kyle, you have 24 hours to sign this brand new deal or I'm not showing up to the game tomorrow. And I said, what the fuck, Bob? That's not realistic. You coming to me with a new deal and expecting me to sign it in 24 hours? That's not enough time. I said, come to the game episode tomorrow. Let's crush the episode. And you have my word. Me and you, one-on-one, we'll sit down. We'll figure it out. We will come to some sort of solution. Like, you're my boy, Bob. Like, we can figure this out. And I begged with him and I pleaded with him.
Despite starting on a good note, the relationship between Bob Menery and Kyle became strained, with Menery expressing discontent about his contract that Kyle believed to be fair. Menery seemed more focused on monetary gains and overlooked the potential benefits of being part of a prominent group like the Nelk Boys for overall success and growth. They have since made up and recently did a podcast together on the fullsendpodcast channel. MTV Jesse, one of the founding members and stars of Nelk Boys videos, made the tough decision to part ways with the group. While he immensely enjoyed his time as part of Nelk, Jesse found the experience to be mentally draining.
But I ended up selling the company. Fullsend and Nelk I'm no longer associated with. It's crazy. I mean, like you guys know, I mean, me and Kyle started this like 7 years ago. This was the baby, and it was a crazy journey, man. We did a lot of shit, and it's sad that it's coming to an end, but it was definitely needed. I think it's due. It was almost due a while ago. We just had creative differences and shit, and different things, different looks on how we wanted to do things, and what we actually are like passionate about. And I mean, the past is the past. Like, there's no bad blood. I'm not trying to make it about that. It's just like ready for a fresh start. Yeah, man, I'm super grateful for all this shit. I mean, all you guys have been supporting us and shit this whole time. Took care of the family, check. That's fucking dope. And I mean, for the people that do know me, like fucking Edgar, you know what's up. Like fucking, that's like the big check. That's the fucking, that's what I've been working on for my whole life. I mean, as much as I am passionately connected to all this shit, growing up wasn't easy. So fucking being able to take care of Mama Bear and fucking the family now.
Following his departure, he transitioned to building his own YouTube channel called Sunday, which has garnered over 880K subscribers. Jesse remains active on his channel, occasionally posting content and showcasing his passion for his clothing line associated with the brand.
Yeah. There's just a point where you realize, like, yo, this isn't sustainable if you want to come.
Additionally, Jesse secured shares in happydad, the hard seltzer drink created by the Nelk Boys. His departure from Nelk was gradual, as he began stepping back from the on-road filming lifestyle to avoid being consumed by the party and drinking scene. Jesse transitioned into a role focused on designing for the merch company, eventually leading to his departure from the group. Despite any creative differences, Kyle and Jesse maintain a strong friendship rooted in the shared experiences they've been through together. Having embarked on this journey from the beginning, their bond remains solid despite their respective paths. If you enjoyed learning more about the Nelk members, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to leave a comment letting us know what else you'd like to see on the channel. Thank you for watching.